All right, y'all. I'm shook up a little bit, but I want to go ahead and give this message while I have a moment, and because it's so beautiful. So much about trust was coming to me this morning, and certain circumstances, and if you consider yourself highly sensitive and you know that you've given your power away to the wrong people, or you've been vulnerable around the wrong people. And honestly, I only know from my experience, but I imagine that to some degree or another, like, it happens on earth. Because we have to learn discernment. Like, we have to learn to not just trust everything that comes at us. And it's beyond a tough lesson. Regardless, a closed off heart it's hard to live with our hearts closed off. And when we don't trust others, that's still a reflection, and that lack of trust in others, if we continue that cycle over and over and over and over, and we're sabotaging relationships, it's also that relationship with yourself. And anything that's we have to come back. Not trusting yourself it's a lack of belief in yourself. It's a lack of trust in yourself, but then it can cause all kinds of craziness. Like, it can cause paranoia, and it can cause a lack of faith and a lack of hope, and it just spirals. And so discernment is necessary for every single one of us. So I'm not telling you to go and trust every single thing that comes at you. And it may be that those of us who choose to open our hearts again, or who are sensitive or follow the path of the heart, we have a harder time. We have more challenges in that regard. I don't know, but I just know that so much has been unveiling to me, and I can see how it's like these things. Our ego is going to protect us. So I guess in a sense, we have to say thank you. Like, we have to be grateful, even if we find ourselves in a hard situation, that it's like, sometimes you can't handle like the reality, the truth of the reality that you're in, because you're weakened, or you're just not ready. You're not ready to face certain things yet. And then it's like God and the universe works in a way that as things progress, and if you're healing yourself and you're trusting again and opening yourself up again, that things will start to be revealed to you. And then I'm just, a lot's coming at me at once. So I'm also like working through like what's going on. But I know that the universe wants to pour, and I've heard it, but it's like, it takes that within you to like get to that place that you can trust again, to open ourselves up again, and to know that the universe like wants to pour out on you. And even then, like, if you've been living in scarcity for a long time, it takes time, because it's scary. It's like your nervous system has to catch back up. And of course, it's like, ultimately it's about gratitude, because the universe isn't going to pour out onto us if our heart isn't grateful. Okay. I want to get to the cards before I get too squirrely or too emotional. Okay. So this is what I'm getting from the spread, is that you surrendered and you walked away from what wasn't serving you, and you didn't accept the 6 of Cups. And so this is what you got, or this is what you're getting. You're going to get the 9 of Cups because you didn't accept less than what you deserve. you didn't accept the breadcrumbs anymore. Not that Six of Cups is bad, but the world is upright again. So you're starting to feel safe again. You're starting to feel the balance again. The Hermit is giving me that. Remember the magic and trust your inner guidance. The star, the light is inside you. I'm shaking, y'all. We have the Queen of Swords and the King of Cups out here. Almost all of our cards, not all, but most of our cards are upright. We have the Ten of Wands reversed on the bottom. So you've walked away, or you're letting the burdens go, and that's beautiful. We also have the Page of Swords. So it may be that you're still in this wariness of you want to keep your sword up because you trust you're fighting with your mind, maybe, or you're either fighting with your mind or that's still your go-to is to use your mind, and that's okay because it takes time. I'm in that place too. It's very, when you have to face a lot of things and your things are your reality is being shifted on you, and just take your time and come back to hermit mode when you need to, and come back, and I just have to add that, like, boundaries is one of the few things that stands out to me so hard. It's something that's helped me so much on this journey to be able to have better discernment and to not have leaky energy and to come back to a place of trusting myself. And that's for me, like, that's where it started, is I kept attracting things that I was like, I don't want this in my life. And then I realized that I had to learn how to set boundaries, and that's what so much of this lack of trust and this getting caught up in crazy emotional situations that I didn't want to be involved in, and all this Neptunian, like, illusory stuff that's coming to light to me now. It's like not having boundaries, just like, and that's I don't just like using the term empath, because so many terms that we use here get watered down. But, like, if you consider yourself very sensitive and you're caring, like, not having boundaries is going to continue to get you caught up in situations. And it's okay if you are. It's okay. But if you want to be able to trust again, and so I'm speaking this because this is personal for me, and so I'm hoping that this touches someone else who needs it, is that starting with boundaries and not just letting anybody into your energy anytime. And it continues to be very hard, y'all, because with family, and then, like, there's just recently, I'm just going to give this story because it's in my energy right now, is that there's this little boy who came up who lives around the corner, and he wanted to come and play with Teddy, and we've been out there a couple of times, but I immediately recognized that this kid was I hate saying this, and there's a starving for attention, and he's already crossed my boundaries a couple of times, and I've been very Queen of Swords with it, and I'm like, now I know, I'm starting to see more and more, like, why this is so necessary. Because if you're a watery, emotional, like, caring person, you just is how it is. You just have to keep your boundaries up, because it's like, and it's not even that this kid's, like, really sweet and he's been helpful to me, but I've already seen, like, the ways in which he's trying to, like, manipulate me. And kids are not, like, he's just a kid. It's not like it's ill intention, but it's like, and kids learn, that's one of the first things that they learn, is how to, because they need you need your needs met. And so we all do this, but before you know how to self-regulate, self-soothe, and I mean, it takes time and experience and learning the ways in which to meet your own needs and stuff like that. So I just think I don't know where that needs part fits in. I'm like, but I can't speak on if it gets easier, because I would imagine it doesn't, because the other thing is that once you do start to create that stability or peace within you, it's like then your journey is shifting. When you're working with the Most High and the universe, there you're constantly asked to come back to your intuition and to listen and to be discerning and to not let just anybody into your energy. Because for me now, I'm so much more sensitive, which is wild to me to even say, because I'm like, but yeah, it was more hardened, before. So it takes a lot to stay tuned in, to stay tapped in. And so you can't just let people in all the time, and you don't know what ways in which they're trying to sway or manipulate you. And that's where your third eye being open helps guide you. But you have to trust that. So you're doing good emotionally, and I'm so proud of you for sticking to your guns and waiting for that 9 of Cups. And for surrendering. And I'm sorry, y'all. It's like, I'm still trying to understand. Like, there's just so much going on right now, and just take care of you and know that regardless of what situation you find yourself in, the universe is always looking after us and protecting us and giving us what we can handle. So don't feel bad about retreating to that hermit mode if you need to. And protect your heart. You're safe. I love you. You can book a personal reading with me via email. I'll put that in the description. You can leave a comment. You can listen to donation. You can like and subscribe to help me build this channel. And yeah, that's all I got. 12/12.